The next speaker and myself, he's just jumped up the scaffolding. Would you welcome Ricky Stuart, coach of the New South Wales Rugby League team. Go the Blues. We're going to do a bit of Q&A. That's why I'm wearing a blue tie today. Ricky, we all know you're a star footballer and coach, but recently you stepped up and spoke out about the challenges, the waiting lists, the emotional circumstance the family faces, financial pressures which disability places on families. Can you tell everyone here about your experience and what went right and wrong?
Yeah, well, thank you. Firstly, I'd like to show the appreciation of being invited here. It's nice to be able to be a part of all you people out there and also be able to, in some capacity, represent you. Before Christmas, my family had a very tough time, and with my daughter who has autism, she fell into a period of she lacked or fell out of routine, and we had some issues at home, and we really found that we didn't know which way to go next. And we just feel a part of those approximately 2.5 million people out there who are unpaid carers, that we lacked direction and we had no real access to any help. Us as an Australian family, we felt abandoned because we didn't really have any type of direction that we could get any help from, and it was a very strange experience, which is why I came out and spoke about my daughter's situation, because I knew there was thousands and thousands of people out there in a lot worse situation than I was or my family was. And we just had it for a small period of our lives, where I know people have it every second, every minute, every hour, every day of their lives as carers. And I feel as though if I could help out in some situation, and by doing this was a big part of that, and I should, because I felt as though it was my responsibility. The first person to make contact with me when I did first speak out of it was Mr. O'Farrell, and it was a great appreciation that I showed to Barry, that the fact that he cared. And I understand that Miss Gillard, Mr. Rabbit, Mr. O'Farrell all do understand the situation. But it's now where we need their assistance in regards to action and to get some type of result. The one thing which is similar to this in regards to coaching a football team is that I always ask from my players that I need action and I need results. And if I actually do get that, I know there's care. There's care in what they do. And this is where we need these people now to start caring about our disabled people, all our disabled children, adults who are out there. We need you to understand that there is going to be care for you. As carers, we all care, and it's a really important situation here right now that the carers, not just our disabled people, but the carers know that we also want to help them too.
Ricky, stay there. That's so true. Was it also true that you really got inundated with a lot of messages after you went public on this matter from a lot of people across the state?
Yes, and I think it highlighted to me that, and I said it there earlier, there are so many more people, millions of people that are in a lot worse situation than I was. But I fortunately had a position where I had a chance to make a noise and voice their concerns. The people that ring me and talk to me about the lack of resources, the lack of carers, the lack of assistance in regards to getting some type of help or direction, which I keep talking about, was substantial. And I think it's very difficult for our carers. I've got a great friend who his mother is looking after their disabled daughter, and they get 2 hours a week of care. It's scarce. It's not enough, and it's a situation that we feel as though we live in such a beautiful country, which we do, but also in the fact when you're looking at our disabled resources, our disabled children, they're pushed behind, and we can't have that. We need to put them to the forefront and make them more important than me and you and everybody else. They've got to be number one.
A great set of messages, Ricky. We thank you for them. I've been directed to ask you one other question, and that is, from Borey Creek to Burke, can we say that we're going to win the State of Origin series this year?
Yes.
Good luck. His answer was yes.